this evening to hear from Representative Fred Keller, the Republican candidate, and Dr. Jennifer Rager-Kay, the Democratic candidate.
First thing I'd like to say is it's unfortunate that we're talking about any wave, because we should talk about good public policy and what that means. What do I see coming? I think it depends on what part of the country you live in. There are areas where there's going to be more Democrats elected to the office and other areas where there's going to be more Republicans. It's really hard to tell what's happening because there's been so many polls out there and now everything's so immediate. I think we're probably going to end up, unfortunately, with the status quo in some areas. What I would say is that I think it's going to depend upon where you live and what happens, and more so the candidates. We shouldn't get focused on whether it's a red or a blue or what the candidate is, but what do they do? What do they stand for? It's hard to tell. 2 years ago, nobody would have predicted we would have had President Donald Trump. So I would hate to really say, is there going to be a red wave or a blue wave? I just hope that we get a wave that is of service to the people that put us in office. So that probably didn't answer your question, but I'm not good at taking odds. So I'm not a gambler. So I would just say that I would encourage everybody to go out, investigate the candidates. Again, do not listen to what one campaign is saying about the other. Do your homework. Do your homework and look at who's putting the information out and what they're saying. And I have the confidence that when people do that, they will elect the people with which they agree.
No, I don't think that either a red or a blue wave will affect my candidacy. Which one I think would happen is a young wave. I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see the young people across the nation. 17 million of them turn 18 in time to vote this year, and they will be the ones that decide what wave we're going to see. It's going to be the young people that have sat back and witnessed what has happened in the last 4, 8, 10, 12 years, and they're the ones that are going to be the deciding factor. Red, blue, purple, green, whatever you want to call it, it's not something that I think affects my campaign, because honestly, on none of my literature will you see me claiming to be a specific party and me speaking bad about another specific party. I didn't do that because I'm ashamed to be a Democrat. I'm a proud Democrat, born and raised a proud Democrat, coal miner's daughter, hardworking, work for everything I have. But I certainly think that it's important to remember again, when we start putting labels on people as whether it's going to be a blue wave or a red wave, we forget the fact that people have their own mind to make their own decision. They have the opportunity, as Representative Keller said, to look at history, look at voting record, look at what has or has not been done over the last 8 years, and they're the ones that can decide for themselves. Is that the type of district they want to grow up in? Or is that the kind of district that they're just going to say, I'll go there for my education. I'll go to Susquehanna, I'll go to Bucknell, but there's no way in the world that that is a district that I want to raise my family in. On the other hand, is the district that I've chosen to raise my family in, and I'm going to fight like heck to make sure it's one that my son wants to stay in also.